And here we go, off and away again. Doing something a little different again. So I've mounted 2 GoPros now. So the one on my chest, which is probably what you're going to be looking at right now, and the one that's on the bike that's pointing directly at my face. Hello there. That crossroad is always so dicey. The traffic never really knows where it's going. So the plan today is an interesting one. We're heading down to the very south of Dublin. Well, I think it's probably the edge of Wicklow and Dublin border. But we're heading to an interesting place which is called the Hellfire Club. Or the Hell's Fire Club, one or the other. And it may not be what you're expecting, but there's an interesting story behind it which I'll explain when I get there. I'm doing a whole new setup, as I've already explained, with the GoPros, but I also reconfigured the sound. So I have my Rode actually linked up fully and somewhat half professionally to the side of my helmet, and it seems to be working rather well. But first things first, Dublin traffic, gotta get out of the city centre. People just love running in front of traffic, don't they? Yeah, I know where I am now. I'm about to leave. So houses become few and far between now, and has to do petrol stations. I've enough to get there and back to the city though. It shouldn't be a problem. But head on a swivel now. I'm on the back roads. These are back roads right now, but one day soon the housing estates will all stretch out to this area as well. That's what it does. Dublin creeps out. It doesn't go up or anything else like that. It just creeps out. Holy, this is a bigger hill than I thought. I'd feel really nervous walking down this road, you know that? I mean, he's doing it correctly, of course, but I would still feel extremely nervous. Gotta turn off. Okay. Taking a wide line. What the hell? That wasn't so bad. What a nice forest. So I've never actually been here before. However, I've heard the local legends about this place. So I'll explain those as soon as I get up, but there's a bit of a walk to go up first. As you can see, I had to go up that path there. And that'll take me to where I'm going. It's a good thing I'm not totally out of shape. It's suppose now is a good time to go choose some of the history, I guess. So, before the Hellfire Club was there, the lodge, as it's called, it was a burial ground. I think it was a cairn or two. And then a person bought the land in the 1800s. Then he used the stones from it to build a lodge. So he took the burial ground apart. And apparently the legend says or the facts say, I think, I'll see now in a minute, is that he used a gravestone for his fireplace. Pretty morbid thing to do. Right now I'm half like, what was I thinking? But I can tell by this. You see the pines there? Those ones? This is actually, I think, a Christmas tree farm. I think they're harvested from there, or rather they used to be. A lot of them are too big now. So I'd say it probably was a Christmas tree farm, or they just decided to plant those pines there. Right, that route's going to circle all the way around the hill. And I don't want to do that, so I'm going to take this little passage here. It might get a bit steep, but it's a direct shot to the Hellfire Club. I didn't think this thing would be so steep. I thought it was a small hill. We'll say though, some of these spots would be ideal for wild camping if you just got off the beaten track, like this one. And here we are. The Hellfire Club. Take a look at that. The view of Dublin is amazing. So yeah, we're on top of a big hill. In case you didn't tell by me climbing my ass up it. Ooh, it's a big puddle. You can see it better on the camera. There's the stairs which I might go up. There's the fireplace that I was mentioning. I guess I could picture the stones. You know, technically the whole building is from a burial site, so it's amazing that you turned a burial site into this. I don't think anybody lived in it, to be honest. I think they met up for events and stuff. So yeah, the legend goes is the person who turned this into a lodge, a hunting lodge I think it was originally, but it was used for meetings and gatherings and stuff like that. And one of the legends about it stated it was used for satanic worship, which is probably not true. It's one of the least known legends about this place. But the one legend that has survived the test of time is that, according to the legend, a group were playing cards in here one night and a stranger joined them at the table, and one of the people dropped their cards on the floor. So they bent down, picked it up, and then they noticed that the stranger had cloved hooves rather than feet. And that is actually the legend, that Satan himself actually came to this lodge and played a game of cards with them. So yeah, there's a few legends about this place, but those are the two primary ones. Who can tell what's true? This all happened in the 1800s, which is a couple hundred years ago. Get them out. Get who out? The voices, maybe? Perhaps? Oh, but look, it stood the test of time now, to be honest. Look at this place. Imagine the view they would have had as well. It's actually really cool. Graffiti naturally lends its way in, but the overall construction is really impressive. Pigeons love it, of course, and then you have the view of Dublin as well. And Dublin would have been very small back in the day. Well, not very small, but much smaller than there is now. Much more smoky as well. But that is the Hellfire Club. Oh, this is steep. This is going to be my entire way down. It's just... It always fascinates me about Irish farmland is that you can see the generations coming and going. So look down there, you can see the old ruin of a cottage there. And then the walls are like, they're probably hundreds of years old. So this land has been farmed by probably generations of the same family. But might even be someone else's now, but you can see the traces left behind. And that's an artificial forest, I think, over there. I think that might be a Christmas tree farm, if I'm being honest. But it might just be artificial for woodland, I'm not really sure. Still, another nice view. Well, that was fun. Now to go home. Petrol station, petrol station. Lots of motorbikes out today, which I applaud. It's a nice road though, I have to say. Very windy though, holy. Don't know if you heard that, but that was really, really hard. Oh, that view of Dublin from here is so good. Imagine having a house here. It's a hell of a view to have. I'm looking forward to getting my chin mount for my GoPro because it's on my chest again, but the chest is not an optimal place for it. If I was walking around, sure. On a motorbike, it kind of bounces around. And it means once I have the chin mount, I'll be able to start turning my head, show you what I need to show you. I guess the Insta360 could do that for me as well, but the issue with it is I found the Insta360's editing to be much more annoying. If their software included more tracks, I think I'll be fine with it. Hopefully I'll get home before this rain gets any worse. It's not too bad right now, but I didn't bring my rain gear with me. Well, at least I get to test the equipment in the rain and see how the mics and everything else perform in the rain. They're all pretty much waterproof, but I've never tested them in the rain before, so this should be fun. And I fully expect to have at least one bit of rain when I do my tour of Ireland. wonder what all that incident was about. The fact that they Gardaí sealed everything off like that means there must have been an assault, at least. They'd only do that for something really serious. Heavens knows what it is. I suppose I'll look it up when I get back. Well, that was a nice trip. I suppose I'll just sign off here, and I'll just say again, peace.